is better though.
It'll be fun. I'll do double clap.
Can you scoot over to that way? Yeah.
My name is Julia Marie Black, and I play Jaime, and I also co-wrote Don't Be a Stranger. With any project, you start with one thing, and you can either end with that thing or go in a completely different direction. And this film definitely went a completely different direction from what we had originally thought we were going to do. So it first started with an idea for a web series, potentially about a ghost story. And then on my way home one day, I was thinking to myself, wow, wouldn't it be interesting if you had sort of like an Office episode, a mockumentary style thing where characters in a horror movie realize they're in a horror movie and they're reacting real time. And so I brought that to my co-writer, and it kind of morphed into this question of, okay, what if, we have all of the classic horror movie characters, your jock, your cheerleader, your stoner, your nice guy, and your final girl. What if we start the film with the nice guy already being dead? And your monster in the house, in this case our shapeshifter, is played by all of the characters that are already there. This was my first time co-writing a screenplay. And it was also my first time doing a short film screenplay. I've done very, very short films and I've done plays, but this was the first time that I was doing something right in the middle. So we decided as co-writers that we were going to do a first pass on the script that was going to be my version, just my voice, my choices, and then I let Josh read it, and then Josh did a pass that was his voice, his thoughts, and then we kind of made a baby of the two, and it became the script that you see in the final film. The nice thing about writing for yourself is that you don't have to worry about how an actor is going to deliver the lines because you kind of already know. One thing that I really wanted to focus on with this particular piece is that the final girl is our antagonist, but we don't know that right away. And specifically, not only was I writing for myself, but I was writing these roles around people that had already been cast. So one thing that I really wanted to do was to take our pre-established idea of what do horror movie characters say and do, and flip it. So, for example, Chelsea's character Kirsten is framed to be your classic mean girl. She's got the long blonde hair, the hoops, the cute outfit. Don't know why she's wearing that in the woods, but she is. But it was very important to me that Kirsten is not an antagonist. Kirsten is one of the protagonists in the story. And she repeatedly makes the right decisions and tries to start the right conversations. And Jaime, who's supposed to be this moral, ethical, modest, what the final girl has been established to be throughout the horror movie canon, she's not any of those things. I have a couple scenes that were my absolute favorite to film. The first was our memorial scene, for lack of a better name. It was out in the woods, it was really cold, so every time that we weren't filming, Chelsea and I were completely bundled up in our big coats. But it was really just the perfect day to film that scene. It was overcast and the birds were out chirping, and it really felt like we had entered this sacred space. This film really affected me because it proved to me that, when you're given the right place and the right time and the right people, you can make anything happen. We filmed this story in the middle of a pandemic, and if we hadn't all been staying in the same town with the perfect set right in my backyard with the perfect cast and our cast and crew being vaccinated at the time they were, this movie wouldn't have happened. But because we had all of those pieces that could fit together and make something, it did. And I think it's a really important lesson moving forward. If there's something you really want to do, there's always a way to make it happen, even if you are just making it in your backyard with a couple friends. And I feel like this film, I'm gonna start that again, that was a very long sentence.
It's okay.
I'm trying to figure out the best way to frame this. Okay.